Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. I want to leave this quick message for someone. I felt like I needed to speak on it. So whoever comes across this video, just know that it's meant for you, because there will be, I'm making a note of it here. I'm going to do this intentionally for this one. There will be no hashtags, okay? I don't know why this has been waiting on me for quite some time to speak on this, so I'm going to go ahead and reiterate it because I know it's meant for a reason. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. As we age, we develop new perspectives, and that is okay. Be unapologetically you. Everyone's journey is different, and don't feel ashamed or sad because your journey, your perspective has evolved in such a way where it's beneficial to you. Each individual is different. When you came into this plane, you came in solo dolo. So you came in not knowing any of us, including myself. The person you rub elbows with day to day, whether it's at work, on the home front, you name it. So at the end of the day, when it's time for this vessel to return to the dust, are those individuals, including myself, going to be with you? You know the answer to that. We're not. We're not. So live your life authentically. Be truly you. Be you. And do so in such a way where it's not mean towards other individuals, but do so in a way where your stance is clear for others who are around you, the other onlookers, to see that you are truly living your life on your terms, your way. And all they can do is just respect it, because they too are doing the same exact thing, or they too are finding their moment to truly do the same thing. People are so afraid to live out their truths because of social conditioning. They feel that within the environments that they've went through over time, that this is something that would not be allowed. They're so afraid to push it to the limit. Kind of like the song. You guys know what I'm talking about. I think that song was by, who was it? Rick Ross? Push It to the Limit. There are some other songs that was tied to that title, but that was one that came to mind that I remember listening to that I really liked. Don't be afraid to be that one to do it. As long as it's not disrespecting no one, as long as it's not breaking any laws, things like that, but do just that, honey. Just be you. Because you don't ever want to look back on your life and say, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who wants to do that? It'll be a little too late at that point. Don't be afraid to be that Rolling Stone, you know, or be that popular loner, you know. In doing so, you'll feel more gratified about yourself, and then you'll start to learn more about yourself in the process as well. I can tell you, for me personally, I was once that person. Always so worried about what the next person thought. I always felt like I had to be the perfect employee. I always had to work extra hard, put in more hours like never before. Granted, that brought us some damn good overtime money. you know, especially if you're in sales and corporate. But at the same time, I was losing sight of who I truly was. At the same time, it was affecting my relationship. You know, I can think back to the times when I was engaged. You guys remember when I told you I was engaged to that politician here in Chicago, without saying any names. But it was straining our relationship. You know, the engagement phase and all that was phenomenal. But when I was being so consumed with what I was doing in regards to work, in regards to doing my graduate studies at the same time, and I was doing it all full time, you know, and then trying to take care of expenses in terms of my own home scenario, and also taking care of expenses of another home scenario with my mother's house as well. So I was handling expenses on both ends. So imagine. But I still had more than enough to work with and enjoy and just have a ball. I did. But at the same time, that was a lot of stress. It was taking me away from things that I should have truly focused on, or in some way should have balanced it out enough where I could focus on it still. Now, would I say that was the key reason why the engagement was over? But because personally, I was the one that called it off. So looking back on things, hindsight, to kind of give you a bit of a story here, I can take ownership enough to say that that was a part of why we had to call it quits on the engagement. I take ownership because I was so consumed with trying to be that perfect employee and always there and at the beck and call if someone couldn't make it in or whatever the case may be. So, but as you get older, going back to what I said earlier, as we age, you develop new perspectives. You start to realize that, wait, you have to find a balance in this thing called life, where you can balance it all, where it can still all together move along with you in a cohesive fashion, where you're not in a position where you're risking losing one of those 3 or 4 things you're looking at. So I say all that to say to whoever comes across this video, if you find yourself in a similar predicament, where you feel like you need to be, top tier when it comes to the position you hold in your current company you're with, or the current school you're going to, just learn to loosen up a little. Learn to have grace. That's what I wanted to tell you. Learn to have grace for self. Understand you are human, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to stumble a little because it's all a learning curve. It's a learning process for every single person on the face of this earth, past and present. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And don't be so quick to assume, well, it seems like this person is living the perfect life and the only way they got there is by doing this that I'm striving to do. Because in reality, I'm pretty sure they've stumbled a few times to get to where they are now. And hell, for all we know, and what you have not even seen, they're probably still stumbling in various areas that you're not even privy to. Just understand that as you age, you develop new perspectives. You become more wise. Embrace it. Enjoy the journey. And just know that at some point down the line, who's to say, you'll be able to maybe share your story as well. And maybe that might be the story that someone else needs to hear in regards to their own journey they were embarking on at that time. And that is all for this quick video, you guys. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yes, as I said before, I want to make sure that this video has no hashtags. And if it comes across your feed, just know that this was meant for you. Until next time, I'm sending off for love and light. Have a great one.